Ladies and gentlemen, I am so glad that we have Iyanla from the hit show Iyanla Fix My Life here at Dish Nation to fix some of us. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for a lady who comes together every time about this year to get people together. One time for Iyanla Vanzant.
Hi.
Hey, 9 years?
9.
That came together pretty quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was 9 years.
Well, it's been a while. You blinking like it makes me old or something.
No, that's just a lot of lives you fixed in 9 years.
If you had to close your eyes and just think how many lives you have fixed over these 9 seasons, how many would you say?
Well, I haven't really fixed any lives. All I've done is give people information and tools, and they fix their lives. And the guests, I think I've had 144.
Ooh.
But the lives, they do it. They do it. The people have to do the work.
Oh, my goodness. I have so many questions. I'm such an avid watcher of the show. I could tell you I was in makeup and we were talking about all the different stories. With the fact that they're going into the 9th season, what can you expect?
Men, really focusing on men.
Really?
Going in
So
on
was that
men.
intentional or that just happened?
No, it was part of our vision. We have a vision board every year, so it's been part of our vision. And then the guests really kind of showed up. Men and family. We started out with the 5 Mitchell brothers, back again to clean up unfinished business. Mm-hmm. We have a father who's reuniting with his sons. We have a interracial couple, and the man is having some challenges. We have an interracial son dealing with his white German mother. So
That's not Drake,
huh?
That's not Drake.
No, stop it.
So, but once you become the authority on certain things, I mean, when anytime you hear the word fix, all of a sudden now you're synonymous with fixing anything.
Right.
I mean,
I know tires, closet doors.
yeah. Can she fix it? Yes, she can.
Yes, right.
Has anybody hit you up in the DM, notably, any celebrities or whatnot, wanting you to help them out off the grid?
Yes, but I don't do private work anymore. I can't. Because to take somebody through the process, I have to be available, and
Right.
I'm not. So I don't do private clients anymore.
So let's say you happen to be on an elevator with Iyanla, right?
Yeah.
And it's hey, great to meet you. While I got you here.
Yeah, right. No, that's what they do in the Walmart.
Yeah.
Trying to get my laundry detergent or the Dollar Tree.
You're like, so my mama.
I mean, they just lodge into it, and I'm like, they don't understand.
You got to set up a Cash App so you can help people in 90 seconds or less, man. That could be a whole side stream of income for you.
No, not at all.
Now, Mrs. John, like I told you, honey, I watch.
I know you do.
Now, some of those shows be kind of spooky.
Like?
Because, girl,
Spooky?
Yes, because, girl, you don't play.
No.
You don't play, honey. It's a couple of them walk off the show.
Yes.
Like Neffy, and then the woman with her husband that was recently talking about. Do you feel sometimes you're like, I'm being hard, or that's just the way it is?
No, I mean, anytime your life isn't working to the degree that you're willing to come on television to have the challenge resolved or dealt with, I don't have time to play with you.
Yeah.
You sure don't?
And then people come wanting me to support them in their limitations. And I can't do that. That's not what it's for. Nothing is staged. Nothing is scripted. I'm real. You're real. We're going to deal with the problem as it comes up. And, people have been nice to you all your life, and your life is jacked up. You didn't come to me to be nice. We came to get to the core. And the only way I go hard is when I meet resistance.
Yeah.
Resistance or defiance or denial. Because remember, you see 42 minutes. I've been with these people 4 days.
Oh.
So
there's a lot you
everyone
don't
is
see.
4 days.
3 to 4 days depending upon how many people are involved in the story.
And I know it's hard to do, but if you had to single in on a commonality amongst all the people that have appeared on your show, what would that one thing be?
They can't hear. People believe what they're telling themselves in their mind, and they can't hear what's coming at them. Not open to different perspective. Every single solitary guest.
And and the show is also a tearjerker. Yeah. Oh, you cry? Because I be crying sometimes, honey, because when you had this mama and her, I think it was 3 or 4 daughters, honey, And it was just
Accused the father of molesting.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, that one was
Yeah.
so good. That mother was in such denial. So
Yeah.
speaking of a situation like that, I mean, you're one of those people that you've kind of seen a little bit of it all. You're not often surprised or thrown off your guard. But what is something that you can look back over the 9 years and say, you know what, this really did take me for a loop, or this really did surprise me?
I think it is this season where we have a father reuniting with his 3 sons, and in the midst of it, he says, "I don't think these are my kids."
what?
What?
Straight out the gate?
Oh,
No
my
paternity
God.
test, nothing?
Well, we ended up doing it because he never said that before. He never said he didn't think these were his kids. So I'm like, well, why are you here?
Wow.
That was quite
Oh,
shocking to
wow.
me. I think the other thing that I have to say that was just mind blowing. Terrell Owens' father.
Oh,
Baby,
that
was a
show,
good one.
honey. Oh,
That
my
was a
God.
good one.
Yes,
He
it
lived
was.
across the street
Across
from
the
his
street.
father
Yeah.
all his life and didn't know that was his father.
And people was kind of keeping up the facade, kind of shielding him from the information, right?
Well, nobody was shitting but his mama.
Well, the mother, the grandmother,
The
people in
grandmother.
the neighborhood knew because the father was a married man and his mother was a younger woman.
And I knew some people that kind of worked with him. And this is why, after watching that show, I said, this is why you get rich, you go through all this and stuff, but you're still not happy
Trauma.
because he has so much
Trauma.
going on.
Unresolved.
Yes,
trauma.
but so many people have it because I remember that one show you did about the young girl who thought that this lady was her mother the entire time, and you were met with a lot of resistance when it
She
came
was
to
too
her.
young. She simply didn't have the emotional development to be able to process that much stuff that fast because originally the show was about her natural mother,
Right.
birth mother.
But she decided not to come on the show last minute, right?
Day before the show, she's not coming. So we tried to deal with her and her dad, but they just, it was.
And her boyfriend was very aiding and abetting of.
all of them.
Ugh.
The girl had been gone for 18 years. They were just glad to have her back and didn't want to upset her.
So how do you feel about it? Do you cry with all this?
Oh no! And the only time I think I
You don't
cried
get
on one
emotional?
show, and that was many seasons ago, when when it's children involved, they were just clueless,
The babies.
and there was a house full of kids, and I'm like, oh God, I can't even help these people, and it was like 10 kids involved. So children, will break my heart, but adults, I'm coming for you.
Now, how tough do you have to be to do what you do? Because, people always want to go to the fixer, but who fixes the fixer when the fixer needs fixing? You know what I mean? So, not everybody is built like you are to be able to unbiasedly give out advice, say the things that are unpopular to say in the face of the people that need to hear them. So, what built you up to be that level
I
of
am a
awesome?
vessel for the Holy Spirit. I'm a vessel for the Holy Spirit. I go in prayed up. I have people on the set praying, and I speak when I'm guided to speak, when I'm guided to speak it. That's why I don't take people's criticism to heart. Like when people are saying, she's a fake, she's a phony, she don't do this, she don't do that. They're not talking about me, they talking about God. That ain't my issue. Here's my job. Show up.
Right.
Show up, prayed up, and do what I'm guided to do. So that's what I do.
Now-
I don't take it on. I don't take it personally. A lot of times, I don't even see it the way people see it because I'm looking at a whole nother level.
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
Now, Iyanla, one of the dope things about your show is the fact that you help, common folks, as
Yeah.
well as there's been some celebrities on your show.
Right.
Now, one person who everybody's screaming, Jesus, please fix it.
Oh Lord, I know where this is. I know where this is going.
R. Kelly. Now, from 100 yards, if you knew R. Kelly was trying to reach out to you, and
He
wanted
did
to-
reach out to
He
us.
did.
Yeah.
He did.
But he's not ready.
You don't think so?
I can't. You can't go into the surgical suite telling the surgeon how to do the operation, and that's how he came at us.
So
He
he was
wanted to
telling you
tell
how to
us
do it.
how to do it. First of all, he wouldn't come to us. We had to go to him. Well, it doesn't.
We don't. Yeah.
And then just based on, all of our guests fill out a very extensive application, very extensive. And he couldn't get his done. And
Because of
Is it
his
because-
reading skills,
I knew-
or
I-
just because
that ain't I ain't on the why you can't get it done committee. my thing is his application, figure it out. Ask somebody, I don't know. I'm not on the why can't you get it done committee.
I'm sure one of those kids
Because
could read.
You have to be willing. Every single guest, even the ones that leave,
Yeah.
have to be ready, have to be willing, have to have the capacity to hear, the capacity and the willingness to shift,
Yeah.
the capacity and the willingness to see it differently. And he didn't have the willingness or the capacity.
Well, y'all should have prayed for him. I'm sure
We
prayer.
did, we did.
Oh, believe me, she did.
Well,
So tell me this then, Miss Jonna. Have you ever helped Oprah? Have you ever fixed her life, given her good advice?
Well,
Like
she's
not to
never
marry
asked me
Stedman?
for any.
Oh,
And
okay.
everybody that's on Fix My Life has asked for the help. She hasn't asked me for that.
I wonder who is, as you can tell, me and Gary, we know every episode over here. What has been your biggest success story that you can look at and say, when they came in here, they was toe down from the flow down. And now I look at their life and I've given them tools and I feel like they are literally applying it and have a better life now because of the skills that I taught them.
Well, I think one would be Miss Bonnie, the 600-pound woman who went into rehab. Ultimately, she passed away,
Mhm.
But the physical body can only take so much.
Yeah.
And she ultimately lost 150 pounds and then gained 50 back and had a heart attack. So Miss Bonnie, definitely getting this woman out in the sunshine after 7 years of being secluded in her house.
Was it one of them situations where she was like stuck on a couch like some of the?
No, she
600?
was in the bed.
Yeah,
she
she
was 600 pounds.
Pound
Couldn't get
life.
up.
Yeah, she couldn't get. She hadn't been outside in 7 years.
She's
5 years.
debilitated.
Wow.
So Miss Bonnie, I think, would be, she really did the work. For me, I think Evelyn Lozada has done the work.
You know
I
what? I
agree.
think she did too.
Yeah.
I would agree with
She's
that.
not. She's
She
from the
changed.
Bronx. She's gonna be who she is. And this is not about making you into somebody different. It's about supporting you and making better choices.
Yeah.
That work for you. I think Evelyn Lozada is
She did soften
definitely-
up.
Yeah. Well, not only soften up, but just makes better choices
Yeah.
for herself. Better relationship with her mom, with
Yeah.
her daughter. So I would say Evelyn Lozada. And then there's some other stories. My first story was about a woman an adult woman with a learning disability that her family had never acknowledged. She never knew. She was in breakdown with her mom and her daughter. And since then, she lives with her mom. They're all together. People probably don't even remember that
Wow.
story all that time ago. But
What about this one lady? And I know I watch this one lady who you did a special about women who all went to prison,
yes.
and then after they got back,
Oh,
and there
yeah,
was
yeah,
this
yeah.
one lady who was an older woman,
Yes.
and she had her daughters came in,
Yes.
and she just was. I don't want to say institutionalized, Miss
Yeah.
Matilda, but
Yeah.
she had just been in the system for so long, it just became her.
And had very little resources. She's doing a lot better.
Is she?
She's doing better based on who she is.
Yeah.
Remember, the fix for me is not change or undo. The fix is rebuild, recreate, restructure so that you can move towards a bigger purpose. So she's doing good, Miss Matilda.
Oh,
and the other
good.
two also.
Now, do these people
Yes.
get to reach out to you after the show?
yeah.
Do they have
If
like
they
your direct
choose to.
phone number, or they have to reach out to a person
not
before a
to
person?
not to the direct phone number. But
Now, hotline bling.
How many people we got to go through to get a hold of Iyanla after we
One.
fix? Oh,
They're
just one.
producers. They have
Okay.
a producer. So
Dope.
they go through the producer, and we try to get them what they need. Sometimes they don't need me. They may need support or resources or information. So before it gets to me, we try to get them because I'm moving all the time. That's why I don't do private clients anymore.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, and then the Marvey twins, remember last year that had to sleep with each other in order to have food, and
Yeah.
so they're
I was just saying
growing and moving.
That was
What about
horrible.
those situations where you've given them tools, but then it didn't work out? Like Nefeteria and
Ask her about Neffy.
Neffy, and because remember she came on with her husband,
With
and
Sweet
then
Low or Swing
it
Low,
didn't.
Whatever his name was. Something like-
Yes, Gary, that's him.
Yeah, not gonna say
And
that.
then it didn't work out, and then they came back to
Solo.
Yeah.
Solo.
Yeah, 'cause I said, did she
Solo.
come-
Unfinished business. They have, just like the Mitchells are back. They had unfinished business.
Yeah, I just- I
Gotcha.
thought
But
that was the
again,
brothers.
what I discovered or understood by the second go round, they don't have the capacity.
So what about the brothers? You don't feel they have the capacity?
Yeah, they do, but they just had unfinished business.
Yeah,
So they needed to go the next step.
It kind of hurted me a little bit because it upset me. It was not the boy's fault that he was sleeping with. So hell, the daddy made him, or the family made him do
Right,
it. So
right.
it wasn't their fault. So why you mad with him?
Because, if you have to look at the person that you were forced to dishonor yourself with over and over, it's hard.
Yeah, it's
but
difficult.
they're working through it.
Yeah.
They're working through it. Cool.
So the new season 9, is
Yeah.
getting ready to jump off. Everybody's here for it. But there's still some people off the grid we need some help with.
Okay.
So we want to play a little game with you called Fix Nation. Can we get
Yes.
to the beat? So we want to play a little game with you called Fix Nation. Now, Ms. Vanzant, if you had a chance to sit down with Chloe and Tristan before the breakup, what advice would you give them?
Who is that? Who are they?
Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson.
I don't know anything.
He's a
about them.
famous basketball player, and
she's
she
a-
is one of the Kardashian
She's
daughters.
famous for
31.
her sister.
Don't call her sturdy.
That's how
Nada.
it's easy to identify as
That's
such.
out of my generation.
Okay, so I'll give you the quick story.
Okay.
Khloe Kardashian is one of those that has not always been lucky in love. She finally got pregnant and was having a child by this famous basketball player. 2 days before her delivery, she found out that he was cheating on her. She then took him back, and now he allegedly kissed her sister's best friend, and there is some kind of situation there. So they're no longer together. So now Khloe is a single mom with a daughter to this famous basketball player.
Her name is
and
True.
and the relationship is completely.
Baby's name is True.
True.
Yes, that was
You
the
know these new
grandfather's
names.
name. That was the grandfather's name, actually,
Yeah, his
though.
last
Well,
name.
I find this is what I find. She's a woman, he's a man.
Mm-hmm.
So the things that will make their relationship work are the things that'll make any relationship work. What were the agreements? What were the commitments? Were those agreements and commitments broken? Not because she's a Kardashian and he's a basketball player. And I think that those things get involved and in the way. Is he a man of integrity? Obviously not. Do you want to be in a relationship with a man who has no personal integrity? And if you don't, then move on and do the same thing any other woman would do. And if you love him and you think the relationship can be healed, get some support. Not because you're in the Kardashian and he's a basketball player. I don't even know who he is.
Well, you don't know her neither. But anyway.
Well, yo, Ms. Vanzant, we thank you so much for coming through and
Thank
dishing
you,
with us.
thank you.
And if people don't have cable, thinking about bootlegging it, and they want to watch your show, what days and times can we catch it?
You can get it on the own app.
Yes.
On your
Okay.
phone, yeah. Saturday at 9 p.m. And be sure I'm on tour. I'm doing a 30-city tour.
Really?
Yes, speaking here. Remember last season I had Leandria Johnson?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Taking her on tour.
Oh my God! Do you
Awesome.
know? I just discovered her new song with Donald Lawrence.
Yes, Deliver Me.
Oh my God! When I played,
Oh,
I heard her going to church the other
Yeah,
Sunday. I'm like,
Deliver
who
Me.
is this?
Yeah.
And I said, when he said Leandra, I said, oh, that's Leandra. Girl, I got
Okay.
the song. My friend just sent it to me. She sent it to me Sunday.
Okay.
I love
Amazing.
it. Oh, that song.
And
Oh.
she wants to change her genre.
Okay.
She went into rehab from the show. She did 2 rounds
yes,
of
she sure
rehab.
was.
And she's really working to change her genre. So I'm taking her on, bringing her to 6
Nice.
cities.
Well, you
with
helped her,
me.
honey, because she was going through.
And so anyway, IyanlaVanzantLive.com. You can get tickets for the tour, or Iyanla@Iyanla.com to sign up for everything.
See, there you go. She touching people as you go. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
one time. Dish Nation, show some love.
Yeah.
Iyanla Vanzant.